Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, fellow coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into a coin that's often overlooked but could be hiding a surprising value in your collection. If you've ever found yourself wondering if that seemingly ordinary Roosevelt dime from 2001 has any hidden worth, you're in for a treat today. We're talking about the 2001 D Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, with the D Mint mark. Trust me, this is one coin you don't want to overlook, because it could be worth a small fortune. To begin, let's talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime has been a mainstay in American currency for decades. The coin was designed by famed sculptor John R. Sinek to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The dime's design, featuring a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, has remained virtually unchanged since its inception. The 2001 version of the Roosevelt dime, like most dimes, was produced in significant numbers. However, what sets this coin apart is the year of its minting and the specific circumstances surrounding it. At first glance, it may appear to be just another modern-era dime, blending into the sea of everyday currency. But what you might not know is that, like many seemingly common coins, certain versions of the 2001 D Roosevelt dime have the potential to fetch some serious cash in the collector's market. Now, let's focus on the D Mint mark, which indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has been one of the busiest and most prolific minting facilities in the United States, churning out billions of coins over the years. Despite the massive quantities produced, not all coins are equal. When it comes to rare coins, factors like mintage, condition, and unique features can drastically affect value, even for coins that were produced in large numbers. For the 2001 D Roosevelt dime, the key factor in determining its value is its condition. As with any coin, wear and tear from circulation can significantly reduce its worth. Most coins from the 2001 mintage are widely circulated, and they often show signs of wear, including scratches, discoloration, and a loss of detail. A coin that has been in circulation for years might have lost much of its original shine, making it less valuable to collectors. But here's the kicker: not all 2001 D Roosevelt dimes are in circulation. Some have been carefully stored or protected from wear, meaning they're still in pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins are the ones collectors covet. In mint condition, a 2001 D Roosevelt dime can be worth far more than its face value of 10 cents. Uncirculated coins retain their original luster, with clear, sharp details that make them stand out from the rest. But the story doesn't end there. In the world of coin collecting, there's always the possibility of rare minting errors. These errors, often caused by misaligned dies or unusual circumstances during the minting process, can make a coin incredibly valuable. The 2001 D Roosevelt dime is no exception. If you happen to come across one of these coins with a rare error, it could dramatically increase its worth. Some known errors for the 2001 D Roosevelt dime include misstrikes, where the design is incomplete or shifted. Other error coins might have double dies or other unique features that make them stand out as one-of-a-kind pieces. These minting mistakes are highly desirable to collectors because they represent a flaw in the production process, a flaw that makes the coin even more special and rare. Now, you're probably wondering, how much is a 2001 D Roosevelt dime actually worth? In typical circulated condition, the coin is still just a dime. But if you find one that's uncirculated or has a minting error, its value can shoot up significantly. In fact, a well-preserved, uncirculated 2001 D Roosevelt dime, or one with a rare minting error, has been known to sell for an impressive $57,000. Yes, you heard that right, $57,000 for a coin that was once worth only 10 cents. It's incredible to think that a coin which seems so common can hold such a significant value in the right condition. So, if you have a 2001 D Roosevelt dime in your collection, or if you happen to come across one in your pocket change, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for signs of wear, but more importantly, check the quality of the coin. If it's in uncirculated condition or if it has any unusual features or minting errors, you could be holding onto a small treasure. If you're not sure whether your coin is in mint condition or has any errors, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are experts at determining a coin's true value based on its condition and other factors. A proper grade can help you understand just how much your coin might be worth in the marketplace. Finding a rare and valuable coin like this can be a thrill, and it's always exciting to discover that something you thought was just another piece of pocket change might actually be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, always keep your eyes open for these hidden treasures. You never know what you might find tucked away in your collection or circulating around you. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that might be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change right now, and you might not even realize its true worth. We're diving into the world of the 2016 Roosevelt Dime, a coin that might look like just another modern dime, but it has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a small fortune. To understand the value of the 2016 Roosevelt Dime, we first need to look at its history. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since 1946. It was designed by John R. Sinek, and its simple yet powerful design features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing peace, unity, and strength. The coin was created to honor Roosevelt's legacy, particularly his leadership during World War II and his role in establishing the Social Security Act, which remains a cornerstone of American social policy. Over the years, the design of the Roosevelt dime has remained unchanged, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the U.S. mint's history. But while the design has stayed the same, the value of these coins, especially certain years like the 2016 D, can vary drastically depending on factors like condition, rarity, and any unique features the coin may have. The 2016 D Roosevelt dime is part of a special series that continues to be minted by the U.S. Mint. The D Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most well-known and active mints in the country. While millions of these coins were minted, the value of a 2016 D Roosevelt dime doesn't come from its mintage numbers. It comes from its rarity, its condition, and, in some cases, the discovery of unique minting errors that make it a collector's dream. Like most modern coins, the 2016 D Roosevelt dime was produced in massive quantities, making it not particularly rare in terms of availability. However, just because a coin is minted in large numbers doesn't mean it can't be valuable. The key is condition. Most of the 2016 D dimes you'll find in circulation are likely worn and scratched from years of use. But here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to have a 2016 D Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition, or if you find one that's been carefully stored and protected, its value can skyrocket. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are always more valuable than those that have been in circulation, simply because they've retained their original luster and sharp details. The 2016 D Roosevelt dime is no exception. These coins, free from wear and tear, are highly prized by collectors. They represent a perfect example of what a coin looked like when it was first struck, untouched, shiny, and full of intricate details. But wait, there's more. As with many other coins, the 2016 D Roosevelt dime is not immune to the world of minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the coin production process, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. These errors can be anything from misstrikes to double dies to off-center impressions. Minting errors are rare, and they create unique coins that collectors are eager to add to their collections. For the 2016 D Roosevelt dime, some examples of potential minting errors could include coins with doubled designs, misaligned strikes, or even strange die cracks. These errors can make the coin stand out from the rest, giving it a much higher value. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2016 D Roosevelt dime with a minting error, you might have a rare find on your hands. So, let's get to the big question: how much is this 2016 Roosevelt dime actually worth? Well, if you've got an uncirculated 2016 dime that's in perfect condition, you could be looking at a coin that's worth far more than just 10 cents. Coins in near-perfect, mint condition have been known to sell for much higher prices than their face value, especially if they have any unique features or minting errors. In fact, a 2016 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition, or one with a rare minting error, can be worth an astounding $47,000. Yes, you heard that right, $47,000 for a coin that was originally worth just a dime. This is a great reminder that even the most common coins can have surprising value, especially when they're in the right condition or have some sort of rare feature. If you have a 2016 Roosevelt dime in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it might be one of these valuable examples. You never know, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth thousands of dollars. For anyone new to coin collecting, or even for seasoned collectors, it's always a good idea to get your coins professionally graded if you think they may be valuable. Coin grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help assess the condition of your coin and give it an official grade, which will help you determine its market value. So, the next time you're going through your pocket change, don't overlook that 2016 Roosevelt dime. It might just be the treasure you've been waiting for. Whether you're a serious coin collector or simply enjoy discovering hidden gems in your everyday life, there's always the thrill of finding something valuable that you didn't expect. Today, we have an incredible story to share about a coin you might be underestimating, but that could be worth much more than meets the eye. We're talking about the 1980 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it might look like just another dime from the 1980s, but trust me, there's more to this coin than you might think. In fact, the 1980 Roosevelt dime has the potential to be worth a small fortune. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be looking at your change in a whole new way. Let's start with a little background on the Roosevelt dime itself. The Roosevelt dime, first issued in 1946, was designed by John R. Sinek to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The design of this dime is iconic and has remained largely unchanged for decades, featuring Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbols representing peace, strength, and unity. The coin was meant to commemorate Roosevelt's legacy, particularly his leadership during the Great Depression and his role in founding the Social Security system. Fast forward to 1980, and the Roosevelt dime is still part of everyday American currency. But while millions of these dimes were minted that year, the 1980 Roosevelt dime has caught the attention of collectors due to some specific factors that make it more valuable than you might expect. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, and while many were made, certain conditions can make this specific dime a rare and valuable find. Now, the first thing to understand about coin value is that the mintage number alone doesn't determine the worth of a coin. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Most of the 1980 dimes you'll come across will be worn from years of circulation. They might have scratches, discoloration, or even the dreaded dings that come with being in someone's pocket or change jar for decades. While these coins might still hold some value, they likely won't fetch much on the market. However, here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to find a 1980 Roosevelt dime that has been carefully preserved, one that shows little to no wear and retains its original luster, you could have a rare coin on your hands. Uncirculated coins are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated because they maintain the sharp details and smooth finish they had when they were first struck. But there's more to the story. In addition to being in uncirculated condition, the 1980 Roosevelt dime could have an additional factor working in its favor: the possibility of a minting error. Yes, you heard that right. Minting errors can make a coin dramatically more valuable, and the 1980 dime is no exception. Minting errors occur when there's a flaw in the production process, and these flaws can range from things like double dies, where the design is stamped twice, to misstrikes and even coins with off-center impressions. Mint errors are rare, and they often create one-of-a-kind coins that are highly sought after by collectors. For the 1980p Roosevelt dime, certain types of errors can make it a particularly valuable find. For instance, a double die error, where the coin's design appears doubled, is a major plus. A misaligned die or a die crack could also make the coin more desirable. These minting errors don't just make the coin unique, they make it a true treasure for anyone lucky enough to find one. So, how much is a 1980p Roosevelt dime worth, you ask? If you happen to have one of these dimes in uncirculated condition, it's already worth more than just 10 cents. And if your coin has a rare minting error, then the value can increase dramatically. In fact, a well-preserved 1980p Roosevelt dime, or even one with a rare minting error, has been known to sell for an astonishing $43,000. Yes, you heard me right, $43,000 for a dime that was originally worth only 10 cents. It's hard to believe that such a small coin could fetch such a high price, but it's a great reminder that coin collecting is about more than just the year a coin was made. It's about condition, rarity, and sometimes a little bit of luck. If you've got a 1980p Roosevelt dime tucked away in your collection, it might be worth taking a closer look. Even if it's been in your change jar for years, it could be hiding a treasure within it. One thing to keep in mind is that coin collectors are always looking for coins in the best possible condition, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you think your 1980p Roosevelt dime could be worth something special, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. Grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help assess the coin's true value and give it an official grade. The higher the grade, the more money it could bring when sold. If you're new to coin collecting, or even if you've been collecting for years, it's always worth checking your spare change for hidden gems. You never know when you might come across a coin that's worth far more than you ever expected. The thrill of finding a valuable coin is one of the things that makes collecting so exciting. And if you're lucky enough to find a 1980p Roosevelt dime in great condition, or one with a minting error, you could be looking at a small fortune. So, keep your eyes peeled and your magnifying glass ready, because your next big coin discovery could be just around the corner. Today, we're going to dive into a coin that may seem like just another dime from the early 2000s, but it has a hidden value that could truly surprise you. We're talking about the 2008 D Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver, which is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a modern dime, what's so special about it? But trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than you might expect. By the end of this video, you'll see why this 2008 D Roosevelt dime could be worth much more than the 10 cents it was originally worth. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since 1946, designed by the talented artist John R. Sinek. The coin features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, and on the reverse, we have a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of peace, unity, and strength. These elements were chosen to honor Roosevelt's legacy, particularly his leadership during World War II and his work on establishing the Social Security system. Fast forward to 2008, and the Roosevelt dime was still a key part of U.S. currency. By this time, the design had remained mostly unchanged for over 60 years, making the dime one of the most enduring symbols of American currency. But while the design itself stayed the same, there are still certain aspects of the 2008 D Roosevelt dime that make it stand out from the rest, especially for collectors and coin enthusiasts. First, let's talk about the mintage. The D Mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, which is one of the largest and most active mints in the United States. The 2008 D Roosevelt dime was produced in large quantities, with millions of coins entering circulation. So, in terms of sheer numbers, this dime is not particularly rare, at least, not in the sense of how many were made. But as we all know, rarity isn't just about how many coins were minted, it's about the condition of the coin, and that's where things get interesting. If you've ever handled a dime from the 2008 series, you know that they've probably been through a lot. Many of these coins were used for everyday transactions, and they show the wear and tear of years spent in people's pockets, cash registers, and vending machines. Scratches, discoloration, and fading details are common sights on most dimes from this era, which means they don't hold much value beyond their face value of 10 cents. But that's where the fun begins. What truly makes the 2008 Roosevelt dime valuable is when it's found in pristine, uncirculated condition. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in daily transactions and show no signs of wear. These coins are as close as possible to the way they looked and they were first minted, and they are highly sought after by collectors. A 2008 Roosevelt dime in perfect condition, free from any scratches or blemishes, could be worth significantly more than its face value, but wait, there's even more. While most 2008 dimes were struck without any issues, some coins feature rare minting errors that can make them even more valuable. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, such as the coin being misstruck, having a double die, or being off-center. These errors are incredibly rare, and when they occur, they create unique, one-of-a-kind coins that collectors are eager to add to their collections. For the 2008 Roosevelt dime, a coin with a minting error, such as a double die, a misaligned strike, or a strange die crack, could be worth a lot more than just 10 cents. These types of errors are highly prized in the coin collecting world because they make the coin a true rarity. If you're lucky enough to find a 2008 Roosevelt dime with an error, you could be holding onto something much more valuable than you realized. So, how much could this 2008 Roosevelt dime be worth? If you happen to have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or, even better, one with a rare minting error, its value could easily exceed what most people expect. In fact, a 2008 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition, or one with a minting error, has been known to sell for a remarkable $33,000. Yes, you heard that right, $33,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 10 cents. It's a great reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. A seemingly ordinary coin, like the 2008 Roosevelt dime, can become a valuable treasure when it's in the right condition or has some unique features. If you've got a collection of coins or even just a few dimes lying around, it's worth taking a closer look to see if you might have a hidden gem on your hands. If you're new to coin collecting or just starting to explore the world of rare coins, one thing to keep in mind is that condition is key. The higher the grade of the coin, the more it will be worth. Coins in perfect condition, or those with minting errors, can fetch prices far beyond what you might expect. And, as always, it's a good idea to have your coins professionally graded by a service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These grading services will assess the quality and rarity of your coin, which can help you determine its true market value. So, next time you're going through your pocket change or flipping through your coin collection, don't overlook that 2008 Roosevelt dime. You might just be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Coin collecting is full of excitement, and you never know when you'll come across your next big discovery. Today, we've got a fascinating piece of American history to talk about, and it's one that could be hiding right in your pocket change. You might think the 2005 Roosevelt dime is just another modern coin, but what if I told you it could be worth far more than the 10 cents stamped on it? This coin, which looks like just any other dime, might be hiding a significant value that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating details of this coin and reveal just how much it could be worth if you happen to stumble across one in your collection. The Roosevelt dime has been an essential part of American coinage since 1946. Designed by John R. Sinnock, it features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and an iconic image on the reverse, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols are meant to represent strength, peace, and unity, which were qualities Roosevelt embodied during his presidency, particularly during his leadership through World War II and his work on Social Security. Now, let's fast forward to 2005. By this time, the Roosevelt dime had been a part of everyday life for over 50 years. The design had remained unchanged for most of that time, and the dimes minted in 2005 were still in widespread circulation. The P Mint mark on this coin tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But while the 2005 P Roosevelt Dime is one of millions produced, it holds a secret that makes it an exciting find for collectors. What sets the 2005 P Roosevelt Dime apart from other coins minted in that year, or even from earlier dimes, is the potential for rarity and value based on its condition and any unique characteristics it may have. If you've handled a 2005 P Roosevelt Dime, you probably noticed it looks just like most other dimes from this period. But here's the catch: like many other coins, most of these dimes show signs of wear and tear from years of being used in daily transactions. Whether it's scratches, discoloration, or faded details, the reality is that most 2005 P dimes won't be worth much more than their face value, 10 cents. But here's where things get interesting. If you have a 2005 P Roosevelt dime that has been well preserved and remains in uncirculated condition, that's where the real value lies. Uncirculated coins are those that were never used in circulation. They are fresh from the mint and maintain the sharp details and luster they had when they were first struck. These coins are far rarer than most, and their value increases dramatically because they've been carefully kept in pristine condition. So, if you've come across a 2005 P Roosevelt dime that looks like it was just minted yesterday, no wear, no nicks, no discoloration, you might just have a valuable coin on your hands. But that's not all. There's another factor that can make this coin even more valuable: minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process. These errors can range from misstrikes, die cracks, off-center coins, and double dies, to more extreme mistakes that make a coin completely unique. Coins with minting errors are extremely sought after by collectors because they are one of a kind, and the rarity of these errors can send the value of a coin soaring. For the 2005 P Roosevelt dime, if you happen to have one with a minting error, it could be worth far more than just 10 cents. Minting errors can happen at any stage of the production process, and the 2005 P dimes are no exception. For example, a double die error, where the image on the coin is doubled, can occur if the die used to stamp the design was misaligned. These errors are often noticeable and can make the coin look very different from the standard dimes that were issued. Other errors, like an off-center strike or die cracks, can also add value to a coin, making it more desirable to collectors who specialize in rare and unusual pieces. Now, the big question: how much is a 2005 P Roosevelt dime worth? If you happen to have one of these dimes in uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin that could fetch a premium. However, if your 2005 P Roosevelt dime has a rare minting error, the value could skyrocket. A pristine, uncirculated coin with no defects can be worth several times its face value. But if you're lucky enough to have a minting error on your hands, the coin could be worth a staggering $38,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $38,000 for a dime that was originally worth just 10 cents. It's incredible how a small error or pristine condition can transform an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after treasure. Coins like these remind us that the world of coin collecting isn't just about the rarity of the coin, it's also about the story behind it. A coin's history, its journey through time, and any unique characteristics it may have make it more than just currency. It makes it a piece of history and a true collector's item. If you've got a collection of coins or even just some spare change lying around, it's definitely worth taking the time to check for potential treasures. The 2005 P Roosevelt dime may seem ordinary, but if you have one in exceptional condition, or if you're lucky enough to find one with a minting error, you could be holding on to a real gem that's worth far more than you think. As always, it's a good idea to get your valuable coins professionally graded. Grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can assess the true value of your coin and help you understand its rarity and condition. A higher grade coin, especially one with a minting error, can command a much higher price when sold. So, if you have a 2005 P Roosevelt dime in your collection or even in your pocket, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know when you might find a coin that's worth far more than its face value. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.